What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here with another Wrath video. We're gonna talk about permanent item enhancements, enchants, leg armors, all of that jazz. It's very good for gold making. It's very good. So I've been doing this as much as I can essentially, or since the raid is open, because well, raids are open, people are getting best in slot pieces, they're gonna want to slap best in slot enchants on them. So belt buckles, the least exciting of them. So we're going to look at that leg armor as well. Or instead, I should say. Last week, 4,300 gold in sales, and I haven't crafted these for a couple of days since, well, the auction house almost ran out of frozen orbs due to this and the tailoring leg enchants. They're selling really well. The same can be said for enchants, although we had the same issue. Auction house running low on greater cosmic essence because everyone's buying enchants suddenly. So I haven't restocked. I don't have that many, or rather, the price on the enchants right now isn't not really profitable due to the greater cosmic essence price. But that's beside the point. This has still been overall very, very profitable, and this is something I expect to be a market that will generate 20-30% profit margin over your material costs for the long term. So this is a great gold making market. This is just great. So the items in this category, you have obviously the enchants from Enchanting, you have the leg armors, you have the spell thread, and the belt buckles. Those are what I call the permanent item enhancements. People buy them, they slap them on their gear, and they're better off. So for leg armor, I've had a surprising amount of success with the PvP one, even though that's the lowest sale rate. It's had the highest profit and a very high sale rate for me personally. Ice scale leg armor, the PvE DPS one is obviously the one with the highest sale rate overall. That's what we would expect. That's always the most popular role, is damage dealers. So that's nice. The tank one also sells surprisingly well, I should say. Surprisingly well. The region average daily sold is very high. I guess there's a lot of people doing this because everyone has dual spec essentially. So that's nice. Hopefully frozen orbs are going to stabilize soon and we can start doing that profitably again because it's been a little bit lackluster lately. Now for the spell threads I haven't been able to test because the recipes require reputation and my tailor is level 70, so that's just the way of life. I'm expecting these are in a similar position to the leatherworking stuff, where frozen orb is going to keep the price high. Or rather make it a little bit hard to restock. The brilliant one with spell power and spirit sells faster according to TSM than the sapphire one that has spell power and stamina. Spirit is more useful to more classes, I believe. So that's pretty much why that's happening. The stamina one is probably better for PvP, but for PvE, I'm guessing that this one is the best in slot for the most specs essentially. Both are good. You want to keep them in stock for sure, and you can make some gold with those. For enchanting, I have not had success at all with the expensive enchants. Not at all. So anything that uses abyss crystals, I've just not done at all. My experience is that players, generally for those enchants, they just want to do that in trade chat. They want to buy the materials and find someone to do it for them and pay a fee. Or rather, not pay a fee. So what I've been selling on the auction house is all of the cheaper ones. I've been selling some of the cheaper weapon enchants. Mostly due to the logic that I expect that people have a lot of like previous pieces. They're not going to want to waste like 2,000 gold on berserking on something they expect to swap out fairly soon. But they might spend 100 gold on exceptional spell power or savagery or whatever. So that's why I've kept these in stock. They've sold decently well. I've had a lot of success with the best in slot bracer enchants, the superior spell power, the greater assault. They've brought in a lot of gold. For the cloak, I've done the greater speed one. But there's a lot. The profit margin is not super high in enchanting. It varies a bit. There's a lot of people leveling this just to get the profession up. So hopefully demand, or rather the balance, is going to get better, but it's possible it doesn't and you're just looking at like fairly thin profit margins. We'll see. We still have the price explosion from greater cosmic essences to deal with, which is going to also keep this a little bit annoying to stock. But hopefully your realms are a little bit better than mine balance-wise, and you can make some good gold even right now, as opposed to what I'm seeing when you're just mousing over the enchants that I've been selling. Greater Assault being the only one that has any sort of meaningful profit for me. Lastly, we have Blacksmithing with the belt buckles. I mean, they're dead simple. Literally every class in the game wants belt buckles for their best in slot belts or even pre-bits, because it's not that expensive. It's just a couple of Serenite bars and some Eternals that aren't that expensive. You can see it's 37 gold to craft according to TSM on my realm. Right now they're selling for 50, but 1 day ago, yesterday, Wednesday, which was the raid reset day, they were selling for 70 because someone reset the market and everyone was piling in to buy these just after getting their upgrades. So that segues into the next one. Like, how do you optimize this market? Well, obviously you need to keep multiple items in stock if you can. When you're starting out, you'll probably just be able to craft one of each, and that's fine. But you definitely want to craft more so that you can run multiple post scans and so that you can be there in the evening after raids, which is when people are buying these. They're selling fast. You want to be posting them fast, and you want to potentially be canceling them, which means it's a very big advantage to have more than 1 or 2 of each. So I've been doing up to 5 of each for the enchants. For leg armors, I've done up to 10, and for belt buckles, I do 20. The correct amount for you is not necessarily what I've been doing. You should focus on the ones that are selling fastest for you on your realm, and just whatever you can afford. And I can't tell you the perfect amount to craft because it depends on how often you post, how your competition posts, and how much gold you have. So essentially, the less gold you have, the less items you should craft in theory, because you want to be flexible for other opportunities. And you want to not tie up absolutely all of your gold. There's no point in having a stack of 10 of these if you only have 100 gold, because then you just want 1 of these and then you want to invest the other 50 gold in another item. So you have 2 items on the auction house at the same time instead of 1 item on the auction house and 1 in the bank. That's the logic behind that. So yeah, scale up and focus very heavily on reposting these in the evening after raids have ended. So that's usually from about 10 to midnight. That's where I see most of the sales, and you want to focus on doing this on the big raid nights. That's the reset day and Sundays, at least. That's the 2 big ones I see on Classic, on EU realms. So those 2 evenings, if you can, spend some time reposting these after raid, and it's going to be a lot more profitable than reposting these at any other time of the week, pretty much. So you can see right now, it's a little bit late. It's past midnight, but belt buckles are selling really, really quickly. I just posted one and it sold. And that's typically what we see at this point. It's either going to sell or get undercut within seconds or minutes at most. But yeah, that's the market. It's been working well for me. Hopefully it's been working well for you. If you haven't already joined this, then get the TSM settings. That's linked in the blog post at my website. And go have fun, make some gold. We'll see you on the next video.